We did it! I feel like I'm getting a lot more comfortable on here. I feel like I am more at home here, ironically. The energy feels a lot cooler and a lot smoother here on Twitch. I am excited to go over AMA. Let me... Hello! Let me see here. Because I think what I'm going to do... What I think I'm going to do here is screen share. Let's do this one. Let's do this one. And then we're going to do this one. We'll do that. Done. Oh, oopsies. I don't think that that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to do this. I wanted to do this one. Yes, kind of, sort of. This one. This one. This one. Maybe about this one. Maybe. I don't know what I wanted to do here. It's driving me nuts. Yeah, I'm not sure what I wanted to do with that. I wanted to show you guys. Hi, look at everybody. Hello, hello. I wanted to show you guys a little bit on the AMA and this new workshop that I have for you guys. Super simple, lot deeper explanations. I know we've gone over the emotional processing formula a little bit. I have updated the emotional processing formula in that when you do get the emotional processing formula, the home screen has a clickable link for a video explanation on how to work through it. Some tips and things to pay attention to as you work through the program. I am trying to figure out what did I do? What did I do? My Lanta. Let me try this one instead. I think we should do this screen. We'll make this one work. Nope, that's not what I wanted. This is the one that I wanted. I'll just get you guys started here. So when you guys first get access to the AMA, it's going to take you to this home screen, okay? These quick links here, what I was talking about before with grandfathering people back into the mental health program, if you've had a one-on-one session with me in the last, I think, last 30 days from, I think, the 9th, you can be grandfathered into the mental health program where you can just continue to do your follow-up sessions. However, if you have not had a follow-up session with me in the last 30 days, you'll have to go through the new method that we have with the AMA Academy, or with the AMA program and the Ascension and Manifestation Academy, is what now has the mental health support. The consultation is required, and then the follow-up sessions you can have afterwards. These are just quick links for the 1 hour and 30-minute sessions from private mentorship. But the Ascension and Manifestation Academy, this is what you guys are going to be seeing as you walk through here. It's broken up into chapters and what you're going to be learning within each chapter. The introduction, chapter 1, Laws of the Universe, and 2, Secrets of the Universe. Chapter 2 is going over energy. It's going over the energy within the universe and the energy within inside of you. We go over energy systems within the vessel as well. And then chapter 3 is a lot of it dives into shadow work and understanding how you were raised, human growth and development, shadow work methods. So shadow work part 1, which is the emotional processing formula, and shadow work part 2, which is your relationship with divine feminine and masculine. My subs, you guys got a copy of that class already. It's inside the AMA, and it comes now with a worksheet in the AMA. Crystal healing, we talk about the mechanisms, we talk about the geometric structures, we talk about what crystals do and how they help, tools that you can use for your healing journey as you learn to manifest the life of your dreams. Chapter 4 is where the manifestation begins. So as you've gone through all of the first lessons of chapters 1 through 3 about the mechanisms of how your mind works, why it works the way that it does, now you can apply the manifestation methods according to how you think and what works best for neurodivergent thinkers. So this whole program is designed for everybody that questions all of the tiny little things. For those of you that just want to understand, or for those of you that genuinely don't understand, is what we go over in chapters 1 through 3. Chapters 4, we go over the laws of the universe. So instead of 7, there are 12 when it comes to manifesting. So the 12 laws of the universe we discuss. We also discuss the concept of detachment and what that means for our brains. And then the actual manifesting course, which has the ritual worksheets. There's 2 worksheets that you go through with the ritual. There's video content. There's suggested guided meditations. How to reconfigure your neurons to finding peace and feeling feelings, which is the emotional processing formula. And then the vision board. So the vision board, I go over how I do vision boards. And there's also a little challenge that I have in the vision board lesson of chapter 4. It's super fun. And it's a great reminder. It's a great way to living out your manifestations in the present moment and really getting immersed in that environment. So this is AMA, and this is what you can jump through and learning all of the lessons in between it for $88 a month. So I did $88.88 because I like the 8s, I like the synchronicities, I like the angel numbers. So for $88.88 a month, you have access to all of these tools as you need them to maintain and to find more consistency in your manifesting journey while healing. So that's what this program is. And then if you want, there is there's a smaller sample, which is the Ascension and Manifestation workshop that is in the link in my bio. But this one's a lot of fun. So if you those of you, my Academy students that have access to the old program, you can see the significant shift in the dynamic, the organization, and the information that's on this new platform versus the ones that you guys currently have right now. Because there's a lot more in-depth information. So it's the same concept, but information is more in-depth. Because in the original Academy, I only discuss chakras. I don't go into meridians. So I do discuss meridians in this, in the AMA program. Dimensional theory, I go into more explanation on the concept of interdimensional spaces and how they all coincide or coexist at the same time, and how to use that in manifesting. There's going to be, so very similar to AMA, I will have a spiritual workshop which leans into witchcraft and teaching you guys the mechanics of witchcraft. So more than just manifesting the life of your dreams, I'm also going to be creating a program for witchcraft. I think you guys have another ad in 43 seconds. Are you guys in an ad right now or no? I think most of you guys are subs. Changing your subconscious belief systems revolving around your dream life is the hardest part to manifesting. The hardest part of manifesting is reframing how you talk to yourself and no longer feeding into narratives that continue to repeat the cycle that you're currently living in. What you place your energy into is what manifests out. And the hardest part is getting yourself to stop talking to yourself in limiting self beliefs. The energy right now is really heavy because of the Mercury squaring Uranus right now and the moon. The moon is supposed to help ground us a little bit more. Yeah, the key, the biggest thing of falling in alignment with your manifestations is getting yourself to stop feeding into things that are not in alignment with what it is that you want. That includes friendships, that includes relationships, that includes your job, that includes your limiting self beliefs about yourself. And I know that, as I told you guys at the beginning of August, this is a huge month for manifesting. This is a huge month for realignment. There's blessings coming our direction, but your subconscious is being tested right now. Your subconscious, like the truth of your healing, is being reflected in the present moment right now. When tower moments hit, how do you respond? And that's the truth of where you are at in your spiritual embodiment. It's the truth of where you are at in your self-reflection. It's the truth of where you're at in your relationship with the universe. When tower moments hit, how do you respond? Exactly. And the only way that we're able to actually work through limiting self beliefs is if we're given the opportunity to express that. So when these challenges hit, how are you thinking? How are you responding? What are you feeding your attention into? It's called paying attention, because you're using your energy as a currency. You're using your emotions as a currency to the universe, because the universe doesn't work on the same exchanges that humans do. Energy is purely energy. What are you feeding your mind into? What are you continuing to speak out into the universe? Is life shit? If your life is shit right now, it's because you're continuing to feed into it. And the hardest part is breaking out of that. Stop feeding into, your poor relationship with money. Stop feeding into relationships that are not getting back to you. And that's where you have to stop yourself. Now, our brains, we have a hard time with that because it's continuing to feed a traumatic cycle. One of the biggest things with people, neurodivergent thinkers, or byproducts of severe trauma is that's what trauma is. It's a scar in your subconscious, in your psyche. And it's hard to break out of that because it's quite literally something that has changed the biological structure of your brain. So learning how your brain works and implementing small steps to work out of it is what this program is designed to help you for, because there are so many other manifestation methods and they do work. But the reason why you guys are struggling is because your brains have been quite literally physically and chemically altered due to the trauma that you've experienced in your life over and over and over and over again. So when you try to manifest something and it doesn't happen in the immediate moment, there's feelings of shame and guilt that come in, like you're doing something wrong. But that's your brain works on instant gratification because of its trauma responses. Yeah, and that's another thing too, is that people, if you're still dealing with narcissistic people, if you're still dealing with, manipulators, if you're still dealing with people that are, um, if you're still dealing with people that are mean or rude or out of alignment with what you're trying to manifest, it's because you're still feeding into it. And that's the hardest habit to break. And what you need to heal with shadow work is your need for that validation, recalling your energy and focusing on putting yourself and your needs ahead of other people. And that's the hardest part and the biggest inner child wound that needs to be healed. Medication affect any of this? Like shadow work, manifestation? Nope. Nope. So when you're taking antidepressants, it's super important that you are working hand in hand with your psychiatrist and or your therapist to reintroduce emotions into your body, because antidepressants are to help you process those emotions, and without the guided hand to learn how to move through those emotions, it has an actual more negative effect than it does in its purpose to help you. So the emotional processing formula would actually be the best place to start for you, in working through that dynamic while you're taking your medications, and learning how to feel your feelings. But it doesn't matter what medications you were on, where you were at in your healing journey, what diagnoses that you have. That's why I created AMA, is for people that are on medications, that are fighting to get out of their cyclical patterns. That's what this program is for. Because you can Google how to manifest, you can Google the whisper method, you can Google, the letter method 369, you can Google all of those things, but the reason why it's not working is because your brain works differently, and that's what this program is all about. Exactly. So, Jenny, that's what this AMA is to help you with all of that, the how to's. That's the biggest thing with AMA, is the how to's. How do I know? What do I know? Where is it taking me? What do I need to pay attention to? That's the biggest thing for our brains, is that we can't accept things at face value. And that's why I created AMA, is because it's hard for us to understand what we're doing without immediate or instant results or reinforcements. So for those of us that are used to negative reinforcements, for those of us that don't know what to do with compliments, for those of us that function better under pressure, that's what this program is designed for your brains to know that you're doing something right and receiving the validation in the immediate moment. So you will know with this program if you're in alignment with what you're supposed to be doing in the immediate moment, because you're going to feel it. And that's the biggest, feeling of validation, is knowing within your body and your mind is connecting to it, like, oh, this makes sense. Oh, I understand this now. So you can continue to follow through with these methods with confidence. That's another. So even if, like, for example, even if you're in the same room with somebody, don't feed them your attention. Even if it's you two standing in an elevator, they're not there. You block them out. They're not there. They don't exist. Their energy's not there. It doesn't matter. And that's the hardest part. Is even if you're in inches of each other, they don't exist. Uh-huh. As soon as I figured out how my brain worked with my ADHD, with my OCD and high functioning autism, once I figured out how my brain worked in the universe, I realized that it's not my way of thinking that's wrong or doesn't fit. It's that I've been trying to think a way that my brain doesn't function best in. Once I started working with how my brain works and started, working through activities that my brain could hold on to and understand and replicate and repeat, manifesting became overnight. It became instant. So, as far as how do you get to that level, it's understanding how your brain works, how, your best learning styles, how, feeling your emotions. Because what manifesting is being in your divine feminine and imagining things and immersing yourself in those emotions and in that environment, and the masculine is taking action. So if we're talking about setting goals for business, you have to be in environments, or create or simulate the environment that you want to work in through imagination, through shadow work, through those methods of healing in the AMA, to continue to progress and manifest these ideas into your current reality. And another thing that I do mention in one of the videos that I have in AMA is this: my brain doesn't understand the concept of time. My brain doesn't understand the difference between now and the future. My brain only calculates what's right in front of me. And anything that's not right in front of me, I don't feed attention or energy into. And that includes, energies or thoughts or influences, conversations that I have. I am very restrictive on what kind of conversations that I, involve myself with, that I even initiate, or things that I talk about. If I notice that a conversation is leaning towards something that is not in alignment with the reality I'm trying to manifest, I cut it off. So here's another thing. That's where when you're in survival mode, you're in your masculine energy. And you have to continue. That's the hardest part as well. Not the hardest part, but it's hard to move yourself out of a masculine state into a feminine state when you're in survival mode. And AMA is what completely transforms your vision of yourself in your reality and in your life, to understand where you are at and what you need to do to move out of it. And that's when I first started my spiritual journey, and taking, working through my education and working through my own mentorships with people that I followed very close in alignment with, one of the where I was at financially was broke. Like, I didn't have anything. And I had to learn over time how to heal my subconscious wounds, how to connect with my inner child, how to basically imagine and dream all over again. I had to remove myself out of the practicality of setting goals, and expand much larger, and have that vision and hold on to it. Despite having nothing, I had to hold on to it. And over the years, in working through those survival modes and putting myself and taking risk and putting myself in positions that I actually wanted to be in, I've learned what works and what doesn't with my brain. And that's what AMA is AMA is designed for you to assess what you want right now. So, feeling like you have to look over your shoulder, AMA discusses how to stop that. um you know when If you feel like you don't have any income to be able to move to places, you have to break yourself of that limiting belief system that money is scarce. It's breaking your limiting belief systems about yourself and what you're capable of doing. It's removing yourself out of thinking small and thinking larger, and pulling yourself out of that dark space. And that's what AMA is a force it's a step-by-step instruction manual to force you out of thinking limiting thinking. Hi. It's so easy to be pessimistic and miserable. It's so easy to focus on the things going wrong, because that's what your subconscious is used to. You have to stop yourself from feeding into that limiting self belief and focusing on the opposite. So when you go through AMA, you're going to study the 7 principles of the universe in depth to know how it works and how you're feeding into it and what the universe is giving back to you. It doesn't, and that's another thing too, is it does not matter how hard you work consciously, it's your subconscious that's manifesting. Because you can tell yourself, and I tell my students the same thing, there's a difference between intention and execution, because your intention is the conscious part of your mind, but your subconscious is what's playing out in the universe. Yes. You have to believe the principle of polarity. You have to know the principle of polarity. You have to examine the principle of polarity in its entirety. And what that principle talks about is the two varying degrees of the same concept. And if we're talking about wealth, because that's what people seem to be struggling with the most, is this concept of not having enough money, that broke mentality. It's so hard to work. It's so hard to do this because I have X, Y, and Z weighing me down. I have all of these things that I'm worried about. It's because you're feeding your energy into it. And then, you're wondering why you don't have time and space to be able to manifest the things that you want. It's because you're focusing only on this side of the pendulum. When you examine something in your life, the concept or the reality of something in your life, you are completely negating the existence and the presence of its opposite. They're both existing at the same time. You're choosing to fixate on the things going wrong because that's what you have control over. Okay. Misery loves company. It's so easy to get drugged down into those low vibrational states. You have to fight yourself to be able to think more consciously about the things that you want. So when you're looking at your present circumstance and manifesting, it's tapping into the divine feminine and realizing what that feminine energy can do. So when you guys went over the shadow work part 2 workshop with understanding a relationship with feminine and masculine, you were face to face with the truth of your connection with feminine and masculine energy within yourself and the universe. So once you examine that, you now have a starting point to be able to know what you need to heal within your subconscious when it comes to manifesting and receiving things. Yes, so the mother wounds that if you haven't seen or gone through the shadow work part 2 class, I 100% suggest that you do so because you examine your relationship with your mother as the divine feminine role in your life and your father and your relationship with your father and the divine masculine role in your life. And it gives you a benchmark on what you need to pay attention to when it comes to the magnificence of the divine feminine and masculine. And it gives you a starting point on where you can start healing that. The money bowl got a letter in the mail? Of course you did. That's what I'm trying to tell you guys is that money can literally come from anywhere. Anywhere. The universe works in mysterious ways, and the universe has infinite ways of bringing you money. It's what you're paying attention to and what you're feeding into. But that's what rituals are, is magic of stimulating the things that you want and are looking for. The money manifesting kit that I have in my shop, it's a literal direct line of communication to the universe of streamlining success and prosperity and abundance. So where you struggle to do it on your own, that's what my ritual kits are for. That's what my ritual oils are for. Is when you feel like you can't, that will do it for you. But what I'm focusing on is teaching you how to do it for yourself. Yes. Yep. So in AMA, I discussed dimensional theory and how it works, but the concept of infinite alternate realities, the version of you right now, the age you're currently at, who you are with your kids, without your kids, whatever your current reality is, there is a version of you that is living the dream life that you want right now. There is a version of you that coexists with you, that lives the dream life you are craving right now. How do you tap into that? That's what the emotional processing formula is for. And that is what the Ascension and Manifestation Workshop is for. AMA teaches you how to move through those interdimensional spaces, understanding the concept of what that energy is, and learning how to speak to yourself in higher, authentic, vibrational frequencies and in with love. Okay? But for those of you that are tired, the energy is so heavy, it's exhausting. That's what the manifestation kits are for that I have in my shop, is to give you that boost, is to give you that hand. So the ritual oils that I have, the bath sets that I have, all of the everything, it sounds so simple, right? It sounds so passive. It sounds so insignificant, but the frequencies and what the line of communication each of those sets and kits and products and items have is a direct line of communication with consciousness to manifest the things that you want. That's why each bath set has a different intention, is because it is a direct streamline communication to source to bringing you the things that you want in abundance. So Supernova, for example, that bath set is to expand your imagination on what it is that you can have for yourself. You know, Lucky Girl. Oh my gosh, the opportunities that come to you guys, compliments, positive energy, higher vibrational people, higher network of people. Then you've got Sun Goddess. It's awakening the confidence within yourself. It's giving you the confidence boost. And then you have the protection oil, which is removing negative energy. It's calling back your energy, cleansed, charged, and protected. It's keeping your vessel safe. It's removing people that are not in alignment with your vision. And then we've got, the money manifesting ritual, the success stories, plural, that are coming out with the money manifesting ritual simply by following the instructions that I give within that ritual. Look at what's manifesting. And all of that is explained on how I do it and why it works in AMA. Absolutely. That's what Supernova is. It's a combustion. It's a complete shift in timelines. So when you put on Supernova, you're putting on Supernova with the intent to line yourself with the dream life that you want. As you're putting it on yourself, as you're working it through, as you're putting it on your candle, you're imagining the timeline that you want, and it's directly streamlining you to that timeline. It's narrowing down any other possible outcomes. It's fine tuning what it is that you want and allowing you to feel that frequency. It's connecting your third eye and your crown chakra to the frequencies of what you're trying to manifest, and you can actually feel it, walk in it, move through it. And that's what Supernova does. The universe is testing your relationship with money right now with those credit card companies. Do not feed into the debt. Do not feed into the due dates. Feed into the abundance of what's coming in, the law of polarity. What goes out will come back in. Sinful Bourbon, I'm going to tell you right now. I have a body soap that I'm working through. I don't like the current formula that I have for the soap. I do like the smell, don't like the formula, working through it again. But the Yoni oil has a matching soap bar that I absolutely do love. And I'm getting the packaging for it. And it's going to be updated in the new shop. Your limiting self-beliefs want to continue to prove itself right. Your mind wants to continue to prove itself right. If you continue to follow through with old patterns of limiting self-beliefs, it's going to play in your reality and therefore reinforcing the truth of that limiting self-belief. When you change it and focus on the other side of that pendulum swing, you're going to manifest that into your reality, and that's what's going to continue to get reinforced. Supernova has moldavite in it, so you can, of course, put it on top of it. But at the bottom of Supernova is a chunk of moldavite and moonstone. You can put it anywhere and everywhere you'd like. So I have new ritual oils that are coming. They're going to be incredible, like extreme limited edition. They're going to be similar replications of the oils that you guys see, but like as far as intention goes, but the magic or the ritual behind it is going to be different. So what you guys are used to with confidence and the speed in which things manifest and how things work, that magic is what's going to be consistent. But I have 3 new formulas and a body oil that I'm coming out with. I absolutely adore the new perfume oil bottles that I have. They're so cute, and they're little mini bottles, but they are pure concentrated um, essential oil and botanical um, elixirs, formulas, highly concentrated. And it's the tiniest little bottle. I think it's about 1 to 2, I think it's 1 ounce, 1 to 2 ounces, I believe. There's one that is one ritual oil that I have coming out. I had both Leviathan and Lilith come through. That one is a siren oil. And the energy and the vision that I got from it was an ocean storm. But there was a cliffside, and there was this storm that was crashing up against this cliffside, and swarming at the bottom of the cliff were sirens. And it's very alluring, and it's very drawing deep to the chaos of emotions and bringing you down to the surface underneath the storm. So you're going to be examining, so instead of looking at an aerial view of the storm, you go underneath it to see the nature of what it's stirring and creating. And that one was inspired by Leviathan and Lilith. And that one is called, I'll have to look at the name of it again, but it's a black and red bottle, perfume bottle. That's a highly concentrated oil. That's to help you ground yourself under emotional turmoil. And it's to help maintain a sense of control of your emotions in highly chaotic environments, but it's an attraction. So there's this luring in of energy into the depths of who you are, and drawing people in, and drawing your deepest desires and drawing them in deeper. So it's great for manifesting. It's great for emotional processing and shadow work and connection, but it's very dark, divine feminine. That one, well, I will only have 5 bottles for, and I think that one's 2 ounces. So the ounces that you guys are used to seeing, but the bottle is a glass configured bottle. Absolutely stunning. And then I have 2 other oils. One is for healing and transformation of generational trauma. It's soothing. It's very soothing. It targets more of the solar plexus. It has a very fall vibe scent. And the bottle is a cute yellow bottle. And then I have another one, and then the other oil I think is, so that one's enchantment. And then I have a midnight storm, enchantment, and then the other one is, oh my gosh, I forgot the name of that one. Oh, it eludes me. But I have 5 of each of those bottles. Okay. Yeah, so the generational oil, it's I love the bottles. They're so cute. But those ones I have coming in, I'm only making 5. Sinful bourbon. Why is taking high blood pressure meds a contradiction? Because of the herbs that are inside of it, it increases your blood pressure. So applying it to your skin, if you have high blood pressure, you're taking those medications, it's not safe to take. Now it's in small doses, but I still don't want to risk it, because what the physical mechanisms of what that body oil does is stimulate blood circulation, blood pressure. Yeah, pheromone is a hormone that your glands secrete, and the stimulation of that is includes elevating your blood pressure. So sinful bourbon triggers the stimulation of pheromones in your body, and that's what is coming off. The scent that I created, it mirrors or mimics the musk of pheromones, natural pheromones, but the sweetness of it is what turns people on. So the ritual, the sinful bourbon. Now I have 9 bottles left of sinful bourbon. I did create, or I did find another batch of them. I miscounted, so I didn't realize that I miscounted how many bottles I have, and there's 9 left in the shop. Once those are gone, though, I'm not making them again. Mm-hmm. Connor got his cast wet. We just went back to the doctor and cleaned it out. It was quick and easy. Okay, do you guys have any questions? The universe is giving you an opportunity to transform your subconscious into existing in a life that you want for yourself. You have an opportunity right now. The universe is showing you what you have not yet healed within your subconscious. So the stars are showing you guys right now, what have you not healed? Where are the separations between you and your dream life, your manifestations? If you're tired, recall your energy. Recall your energy, recenter yourself, and feed your attention into what it is that you want to feel, what it is that you want to manifest. The Again, both of the Ascension Manifestation Workshop and the Emotional Processing Formula. Having bronchitis is a beautiful opportunity for you to self reflect, for you to rest and to slow down, for you to be in your divine feminine position of receiving. You need to, the universe is giving you an opportunity right now, being sick, for you to pay attention to yourself. Follow the law of polarity, follow the law of cause and effect, follow the law of gender. You guys can find 1,000 things going wrong in your life, and I'll find 1,000 things that are going right in your life. That's the difference in how you manifest and where you put your attention and energy into. Yeah, Jess, that's what the AMA is. AMA is going to get you to see the world and the universe in a different way. To understand where your thought process is at, to understand where your subconscious is at. I don't think it's overboard. I think it's a great ritual. Cord cuttings I've done with my family, I buried in my cemetery and wrote a eulogy for. If there's anything that you guys should get, it's going to be the Ascension and Manifestation Workshop. And that is in the link in my bio if you go under the AMA classes and introduction classes. What's coming up next that you guys might be interested in as well is the witchcraft class. So it's going to be the same structure, same idea of the monthly membership. You guys will get access to a bunch of private information, ins and outs of witchcraft, magic, ritual ideas, how I do things, all of that fun stuff. But first, manifesting. We have to get your mindset right because witchcraft is more than just intention. It's about action and what you feed into. So AMA, start with the AMA ritual workshop, the manifestation workshop. Start with that and get your mindset reframed. Okay, guys? All right, I have to cut out. I've got some work that I need to do. But if you need anything, you know where to find me. Today, right now, you are being given an opportunity to reframe your subconscious right now, your belief systems about yourself. You have a choice. Okay? So the witchcraft workshop is not going to be available until next month, but that would be a fun idea. That would be a fun idea. All right, love bugs, be good. Don't forget to drink your water. Manifest, embody, and feel your manifestations. Love you. Bye.